And cheer him on anyway. This is his last performance after all.
étranger, stranger. Glücklich zu sehen, je suis enchanté. Happy to see you, bleibe reste stay und sagen willkommen, bienvenue, welcome in cabaret, oh cabaret, du cabaret. Meine Damen und Herren, ladies and gentlemen, my fabulous friends, call creatives now, them, thou, there, and theys. Welcome to our show. I'm Michael McQUARY. This is Daniel. Now, before we go on with the show, there's a reoccurring theme in this show that every time I say his last name, if I get it right, I get a, and if I say it wrong, we get, so we don't want to do that. So, but before we get to the last name and do that correctly, please let me also, with great vigor and vim and excitement, Russ Hill, lights, sound, and wows. If it wasn't for Russ Hill, the boat wouldn't float at Englewood Arts, and the Hearts Collective and our hearts to your hearts. It's a love letter to everything special in all of you. And Russ Hill is Lavender Studios, which everyone is included. So this is a lot of fun. It's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've been around for a long time. I don't have to put any toothpaste or baby powder by my hair back here because now it's there. And Daniel Rangel, and because you don't want to say Daniel Rangel, because exactly, because that's what you would get. Did my eyelash fall off? As Phyllis Diller said, it broke a shoe. Isn't he nice? This is Daniel Rangel. Not Rangel. Here we go! I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry. I'm gonna take this town and turn it upside down. I'm gonna live until I die. They're gonna say, what a guy. I'm gonna play for the sky. Ain't gonna miss a thing. I'm gonna have my fling. I'm gonna live until I die. Those blues will stay low. I'll keep them way low. They'll never hang over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel. But until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance flying high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live until I die. Those blues will stay low. I'll keep them way low. They'll never trail over my head. I'll be a devil till I'm an angel. But until then, hallelujah, gonna dance, gonna fly. I'll take a chance riding high. Before my number's up, I'm gonna fill my cup. I'm gonna live, 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 live until I die. Velvet stairs, easy chairs, perfumed air gently blowing, chandeliers, light appears, burning bright, crystal glowing. People come, people go, wave of life overflowing. Come, begin in old Berlin. You're in the Grand Hotel. Grand Hotel. People coming, people going. Nothing ever changes. Grand Hotel, living well. Music constantly playing. Round and round, hear the sound. Hear what people are saying. It's a din in old Berlin. You're in the Grand Hotel. That's all I want to do. That's all I'm doing. Daniel Rangel! Not Daniel Rangel, because, ow. Woo. Do I look all right? Look okay for a 10,000-year-old dragon? We're going to have a lot of fun. There's things happening later, and this is all about you. And thank you for being here. Did I cut to the chase too quickly? I didn't go on with my old movie star. That's movie star stories later. You're going to have an opportunity, since I've been around for a long time, and my IMDb said I'm really good at impersonating movie stars and stuff like that. They said, stuff my grandmother couldn't write, actually. It was so good. I wish she was still alive to see all this stuff. You'll get your chance. You'll get your chance. I'm going to ask you to throw out something, your favorite movie or whatever, and I'm going to impromptu on the spot, right, Daniel Rangel? Isn't he cute? So here's the story. You want to hear the story of how this all happened? Yeah. There's a cute little place down kind of where I live in Jackson, Kansas. There's so many Kansases in Kansas. I've only been here for almost 13 years, and still there's like Kansas, Salina, Saline, whatever. Anyway, so there's on 8th and Broadway, there's a place called Something Good. And it really is. And so I go in there, and John Michael Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, he's also responsible. He's here tonight. And everything. So we'll get to everything. So I go to this little bar, and I thought, I'll try to go out and see if I can be a person, whatever I am. I never really know. So, and this light just kind of was blinding, and a smile and a flash. It's you. And it was Daniel. I hear Mama Daniel's here tonight. Is Mama Daniel in the audience in the house tonight? Yay! And Daniel's grandmother, Mary, right? She couldn't be here because she's too busy. She's dusting Norma Desmond statues in the Sunset Boulevard. I'll do something nice for you later, I promise. But without further ado, this is the moment in the show I'm very quite proud to say I'm a fan of his, and I'm sure you will be too. I'd like to introduce to you his first solo, the great, the vivacious, the magnificent Daniel Rangel. Falling in love again, never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game. Play it how I may. I was made that way. I can't help it. Men cluster to me like moths around the flame. And if their wings burn, I know I'm not to blame. Falling in love again, never wanted to. What am I to do? I can't help it. Love's always been my game. I was made that way. I can't help it. Daniel Rangel. Don't even think of it. Daniel, where have all the flowers gone?
They're to your right.
Oh, that's right. They're right over there. Daniel Rangel. Are we having fun? It seems to me I've heard that song before. It's from an old familiar score. I know it well, that melody. It's funny how a theme recalls a favorite dream, a dream that brought you so close to me. I know each word because I heard that song before. lyrics said, forevermore, forevermore's a memory. Please have them play it again, and I'll remember just when I heard that lovely song before. It seems to me I heard that song before. It's from an old familiar score. I know it well, that memory. It's funny how a theme recalls a favorite dream, a dream that brought you so close to me. I know each word because I heard that song before. The lyrics said, forevermore, forevermore's a memory. Please have them play it again, and I'll remember just when I heard that lovely song before. Please have them play it again, and I'll remember just when I heard that lovely song before. Daniel Rangel. I thought I'd test it out. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Daniel Rangel? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, here's the part. Okay, so this is fun. I could just launch into so many stories. Do you want to hear some old movie star stories? I knew some. I was very... Okay. This is what it's funny that I've gotten to the point... Russell, you were... The gimmick. I've made it to gimmick status, and this is my last show. These are hard to do. You're good. I mean, like, we're shot out of a cannon. Did you like that first number? Cirque du Soleil of Here We Are. So Russ, it's okay. Russ had this whole thing, and he just cut it short because he's, I don't know, starstruck because he's the star. He's so great. This is my last show. Never again, never, not going to happen again. I'll never do this again. Thank you for being here because it's a part of history because I can't do this anymore until the next one, whatever. Sharon and I have been doing our final farewell concert for 50 years, or 50 times. Anyway, so I'm kind of known for the legends of Hollywood, and if you have a favorite movie that you saw, this is a very nice, very classy crowd. Or you want to throw me? So I'm supposed to be good. Hopefully you all like me. I won't give any tomatoes. Hopefully it'll be good stuff. But is there something that you'd like to see that you might not have never seen me do? They always said, because I know Joey Arias always said, I wish you would do that. Well, why don't you tell me, you know? Is anyone bold enough to say, just throw out a name or movie star, monster, anything? I'm kind of known for the monsters too. I know I've never heard of that probably, but anyone want to hear a story? Would it be easier if I give you some random names to choose from? Mel Brooks, Jessica Lange, okay, Meryl Streep. Should I keep the Meryl Streep one for last?
Yeah.
Okay, Jessica Lange? Do you know who Jessica Lange is?
Yeah.
American Horror Story. So I lived in New York, and I lived on 9th Street, and there was a post office on 10th. This is all real, so that makes it even more exciting, right? And everyone has a story. These are just those people. I went to the post office like 106 degrees, and I went to the post office, and this lady comes in these dark sunglasses. She's like 8 feet tall, and she's all in black, and she's filling out her thing. And I'm doing my thing. Of course, you're gonna look at Jessica Lange, right? Because she, like Marlene Dietrich, it's cheekbones that went all the way to Chicago. And so she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and then the door opens, and this very healthy woman woman comes in, really wet, and she comes in like this, and she just stops, and she's like the lady in Total Recall, the 2 weeks, the 2 weeks lady, 2 weeks, and then her head opens up, and then she throws it, goes, get ready for a big surprise. Boy, I gotta add that to my repertoire. 2 weeks. For about 4 minutes, that actress, she's only known as the fat lady. But she's like, Total Recall is a sci-fi film, and Arnold Schwarzenegger there's this woman that comes in, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger in this costume, right? And he's in the customs, she just says, the guy says, how long are you gonna be here? She goes, 2 weeks, and something goes wrong with the outfit, and she starts to short circuit, like this lady. But anyway, so this lady comes and just goes, oh, bam, right on her face. And I'm like, oh no, and Jessica Lange, she goes, oh, and she's like this, and I went, I know exactly, right? So we both go over. You're getting more. This is fun, right? So we pick up, we kind of pick her up. She's so embarrassed. She's like, oh, water, of course. And Jessica Lange's like, yeah, we should get you some. Yeah, I'll be right back. So got her some water. And as we're helping this lady up, she's so embarrassed, I said to Jessica Lange, I said, this is probably the worst time to say this, but I think you're amazing. I'm just a great fan of yours. I think you're a great lady. And she goes, aren't you the Faces guy at 88 that your Faces is? I said, yes. Because you must have lived there, right? So isn't that nice? I said, yeah, I'm doing a show, and some things never change. That's what Jessica, and she was very sweet. And I said, well, you're really great. Oh, thank you, whatever. Meryl Streep, Lauren Bacall, you like the Mel Brooks story? I don't know. What was there a surprise? Does anyone want? Anyone want to throw out a random?
Alice Boulevard.
It's funny someone said Sunset Boulevard because that's your grandmother's favorite movie, right? One of them? John, what else should I do? Just do that one? Okay. So, Sunset Boulevard. Okay, I was lucky. People, thank you for being here. Do you like the Jessica Lange story? That's kind of fun. So, Sunset Boulevard. Well, I was lucky because back in 90-something, pardon me, Peter Wing Healy, the Mesopotamian Opera, did a opera ballet version of part of the continuation of Sunset Boulevard. Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical had just happened on Broadway, and Peter Wing Healy wanted to rival it, so we did a ballet opera version. So we said, oh, Michael, could you do Gloria Swanson as Norma Desmond in my version of Sunset Salome, which was her Salome. And I did this thing, so I was doing all this stuff. But how I got to that point, there's also a really funny story real fast, and then I'll do Sunset Boulevard, then I'll go on with the show. But maybe not, right? The cab driver, we did a photo shoot for the poster, right? This is great. Mary, this is for you. So we did a photo shoot for the poster for Sunset Salome. And get in the cab. This is the only New York story. And get in the cab, and so Peter was in the back. Willa Kim, who was Edith Head's assistant, the one that won all the Oscars in Hollywood for all that, but Willa Kim was her assistant. She did the costumes. She got real mad at me when I did bring a turban because I was hungover. She did push pins in my hair. She goes, well, sorry, where's the turban? You should have brought the turban, Then she took out gold lame from her purse and did a Christian Dior tie. Much better than turban. Those are people, like you, creatives, so. Get in the cab, and this guy's in the cab, the cab driver's driving. I said, am I too close? He goes, no, you're all right. And he said, what are you guys doing? Where are you coming from? I said, we're coming from a photo shoot. We did the sunset, his takeoff at Sunset Boulevard. He goes, oh, that's really funny. I went out with Gloria Swanson. I said, what? Yeah, I was her boyfriend in Hollywood. I said, oh, really? And he goes, yeah, you're kind of like her. Whatever. So let's see, I'll just jump into Sunset. Should I just jump into Sunset Boulevard? You know Sunset Boulevard, aging act. What? Do it. Okay. You there, why are you so late? Why have you kept me waiting so long over this way? You like the fire poking out and such. I am big. It's the pictures that got small. You say you're right, Mr. Gillis. Why don't you move in here? There's plenty of room above the garage. Max! What is that? Cut away from me, Norma Desmond. Then why did they write me every single day? Put it back. And I said, sit down. It's the story of Salome. She falls in love with a holy man, but she rejects him. So she has his head brought to her in a silver charger. Oh, I can't go on with the scene. I'm too happy. May I say a few words? Thank you. I can't tell you all how much I missed you so. And I promise never to desert you again. For you see, after Salome, we'll do another picture and another picture after all. It's just me and you, Chief, and all those lovely people out there in the dark. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up. Da 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 da. Thank you. Anyway, that was for you, Mary. Thank you for having a great grandson. Thank you. Where's the Daniel Rangel family? Are they all here, really, for real? Hello? It's okay. They're like, light off. Gosh, that moon's bright. Okay, so I was also lucky. Here we go. This is another part of the show. Oh, you can't hear me now anymore, right? Michael Johnson used to say, I don't need a mic. But anyway, but I was very lucky that wandering around the streets, I mean, we all have bad times, right? We all can relate to that. And so we have to find something that keeps our heart beating and what keeps you going. You got to, no matter what it is. Sometimes you got to get out of your own way and put what you love in your way. And so I walk on the street, one of those bad afternoons, ever have those? And Stevie Holland, her real name was Stevie Olivieri. Oh boy, this is loud. Oh boy, she's gonna see this. She's a great singer. And she saw me in Park Avenue. I was looking in stores, looking at things I can't have, but I liked to look around. She goes, hey, Michael, what are you doing? Are you doing anything? I said, no, not right now. She goes, come home with me, meet Gary Friedman. I said, the guy that wrote the Me Nobody Knows? Yeah. And she married him. And she did a wonderful job. They're beautiful together. He did the Spider-Man theme, Spider-Man, da-da-da. So I go up there, and he liked me because I said, oh, this green is so great. He said, what color is it? I said, celery. Thank you. It's not avocado, it's celery. So anyway, I strike points with him on that. And so Stevie said, Michael, sing for Gary. I'm like, oh gosh, Stevie. No, do, because you're special, I think, and I think he'd like you. I think he'd get it. So I did this little ditty for him that my mother used to like. Kay, hi Kay, thank you for being a part of me. I used to sing for my encores, and so I did this little number, and Gary said, gee man, wow. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was 17 in the Catskills, Judy Garland, I was in a band, and she would pull me up on stage. I was a saxophone player at 17, and she had me play for her, and it was very special to me. And I just want you to know, when you sing, it's not like you're doing a Judy Garland imitation, but I feel Garland when you sing. Alone, together, beyond the crowd, above the world, we're not too proud to cling together. We're strong as long as we're together. Alone, together. The blinding rain, the starless nights, we're not in vain, for we're together. And what is there to fear together? Our love is as deep as the sea. Our love is as great as a love can be. And we can weather the great unknown if we're alone, together, together, together. If we're alone. Raggle. Don't ever do that, because you'll get a... Oh. And now, with great pleasure and esteem and wonderfulness, I'd like to introduce to you again now, Daniel Rangel. Did you hear that little laugh? See, that's what it's all about. He has this charming little laugh. He laughs and the whole world smiles. It's really, really special. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you for having fun with me. And Russ Hill, without you, really, the boat don't float. I mean, you know, you really are the love connection. Russ Hill, ladies. We put this together. And also I want to applaud all of you, just thank you for being you, and you always must follow your dream. I was very lucky. I did all these shows in New York, and I was lucky enough that I did a show with the great Sybil Brunson, and it ran forever. It was called Cafe Berlin. And I was told that John Sheehan, which just disappeared, an actual composition was written just for me for Turner Classic Movies. And then I'd sing at my show, but when you're young, you don't really appreciate these things. And he wrote this original song because of what I do, and I'm still doing it. And thank you for having me find my heart in what I do. And the song that was written for me, and this is so fun because I feel like I'm worth something with all of you. Thank you. And the song is, and I am, and we are, and for you, I'm Hollywood. Casablanca, Oz, and Mandalay, Bogart, Betty Boop, and Louis B. Mayer, and Harlow's hair. I'm Hollywood. I'm every chorus girl in every picture Busby Berkeley made, Chaplin's Little Tramp, The Big Parade Shane meets Norman Maine. I'm Hollywood. Technicolor close-ups, glamorous partners, and love's old wonderful songs. Spence and Kate, Fay Ray and King Kong. Fred and Ginger dancing Harpo's harp, and Crawford shoulder pads, Clara Bow, and all those undergrads who Miss Bo Bang Blue. Ooh, I'm gossip too. I'm Dietrich and Davis and Hammond. Damn it, I'm Hollywood. My name is Hollywood. Hooray for Hollywood. Cast of thousands, Tara, Cadmius, Cohan, Monroe, and Citizen Kane. Garbo diving under that train. And Fred and Ginger dancing out there where the smog is smothering, east of Eden, west of Wuthering Heights, where Rathbone fights flights with Flynn and Tights. I'm Gable and Grable and Gilda and Glenda. I'm Hedda and Henny and Heidi and Hattie. I'm Audie and Audrey and Audrey and Oscar. I'm Hollywood. My name is Hollywood. That's right. Hollywood, I'm Hollywood. Ready when you are, CB. Yes. Daniel Rangel, Russ Hill, please come to the stage. Thank you, and all of you, thank you. Daniel Rangel. He never does this, and he won't do it for us, but Russ Hill! Out in the studios and wonderful more. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening. Always find your joy. It works. Thank you. Good night. Oh my gosh, there's no flowers for Rufus? And you know what? We have an encore that we haven't done together yet. Do you want to see how it sounds like? Oh, no. Have a nice day. Oh, well, thank you. Next show. Thank you. Boom.
Hey,